What's up, YouTube? Today's video, we're talking about 5 reasons why she stopped sleeping with you. Reason number 1, lack of assertiveness. You give no direct eye contact at every venue, festival, event you go to, or you're out and about and there's other people around. You're socially awkward. You don't make direct eye contact with anyone, not even just women. Someone looks at you for more than a few seconds and you immediately look away, you look down, you fold, you're afraid. You lack that killer look in your eye. She sees it. The women that you're looking at see it. You don't have that aggressive look in your eyes of passion, desire. When you're out at a restaurant and you're both asked a question, she finds herself speaking for you. She is the leader and you are the follower. She is the manager and you are the employee. She is the pimp and you are the hoe. It is simple as that, gentlemen. There cannot be two masculine roles in a relationship. It will not work. There cannot be two alphas in a relationship. There must be an alpha and a beta. There must be a submissive and an assertive. Which one are you? You value the opinions of others over your own. You're afraid to upset other people. You're afraid to go against the grain. You're afraid to do something you've always wanted to do because you're afraid of what others will think of you, even though those people are not living your lives. Those people are not paying your bills. You only have one life to live, yet you let others dictate what you want to do in this finite amount of time that you have on this world. That is another sign that you lack assertiveness. You care about what others think, instead of just doing what you want to do because it's your life to live, it's your life to lose. So why not take that next step? Why not take the risk and try out something that you've never done before? You back down from difficult conversations. Let's say that you're a man that doesn't want to get married and doesn't want to have children, yet you get into a long-term relationship and you not only never told the woman that you're dealing with that you don't want marriage or children, but when she asks about it, you lie and tell her you are interested in having children and a marriage because you're afraid of having a difficult conversation with that woman. You're afraid to ruffle some feathers and stand on your principles as a man because you lack assertiveness. Instead of telling her exactly why you feel the way you do and having a take it or leave it attitude, because at the end of the day, even if she leaves, you still stood on your principles and your manhood. And there's always more respect and honesty. Reason number 2, and I know a lot of you guys are going to get frustrated by this, but you're more passionate about a high score than a full bank account. You'd rather run up numbers in a fantasy world than finally start that business you've been thinking about. Then finally take the time to learn code. Then finally decide to get that skill, that trade that you've always wanted to do. You'd rather unlock new skins on your guns. You'd rather level up in video games than level up in your real life. Because in video games, there's no accountability. You can respawn, you get multiple lives. You can mess up, you can make mistakes, and it doesn't really affect you because you can always start over. And in life, you cannot start over. So there's that sense of security when you're playing video games because you always know even if you make a mistake, you can start over. And that's not how the real world works. If you're late to your job, if you don't get on your grind, if you don't get on your purpose and start making money moves, start making moves for your future, you will be left behind. And there is no starting over. You can start over, but it's going to be a hell of a lot difficult than a video game. I'm just putting it that way. You never make any plans. Every day you're led by how you're feeling when you get up in the morning. And you're feeding yourself constantly with toxic BS from your family, from the news, from social media, the content that you watch on YouTube. You're filling your mind with all of this toxic garbage instead of making a 5-year, 10-year plan, a year plan to just get ahead in life, to start that business that you've always wanted, to finally go to a trade school, to finally get that certificate that you need in order to get a higher salary or a better earning job or a new position. But you delay that because you're going just day by day. You're not making any plans to get ahead in the future. Every single day you should be trying to learn something new and trying to become 1% better. You're lazy and messy. Your room is full of chip bags and soda cans. You disrespect yourself. You don't care about yourself. You don't care about your hygiene, and it reflects on you and how you carry yourself in the real world. If you don't respect yourself, why should others? You make plans and promises that you can't keep. You never finish anything. You just get started with the idea, with the thought of finishing something, with starting something, with doing something, but you never follow through and actually do it. You say you're going to lose weight, yet you continue to drink sugar and fill your body with all this garbage and crap, and you don't work out consistently. You're still choosing soda over water. You say you're going to start that business, but when the weekend comes around, you can't stop yourself from going out with your friends and spending your money at the bar and literally standing in the corner at the club, just nodding your head, listening to the music, not doing anything with your life, just letting time pass you up when you could be using those hours to finally get ahead and start what you've been wanting to start for all these years, instead of just filling your mind with content like this and not applying it to your life. But I'm just going to listen to all these podcasts and these self-improvement development podcasts, but I'm never actually going to finally apply it to my life, because you can't sacrifice your weekends in order to bring some sort of extra income into your life. You still got to go out with the boys. You still got to post what you're doing on your social media accounts so you can stay relevant online and look like you're cool, but you're still working your 9-to-5 job that you hate. You're still doing things for other people. You're still not the boss of your life. You're still listening to what other people tell you to do, how to clock in, how to clock out, what to do on the job. And on top of that, you make the mistake of telling people you're going to do something that you know deep down inside you have no intention on ever completing and finishing, because when the going gets tough, just like with everything else in your life, you've given up on it. You have an inability to follow through. That's like me going to a gym, shooting a bunch of basketballs, and never following through. At the end of the day, nothing's going to go through the hoop. Nothing's going to actually get completed. There's just going to be a bunch of basketballs on the court at the end of the night, and no makes and a lot of messes that I have to clean up and I have to start over and redo. You make life more difficult for yourself when you do this, gentlemen. That is why I'm preaching heavily that you need to be a man of your word and you need to follow through with whatever you set out to do in life, because that earns you respect right there. One of the most attractive things you can do is set out a plan to do something, follow through, and actually complete the task and then some. Number 4, poor hygiene and physical health. You got dirty, dookie nails, unwashed face, a bunch of blackheads and breakouts. You got red spots on your face. You got unkept hair, look like a bird's nest. You got crusty socks that you ain't cleaned in weeks. They're literally crusty, like yellow, white crust on the bottoms of those socks. They're hard as a rock. It's like a grilled cheese sandwich, grilled cheese sock sandwich. You got yellow teeth out here looking like a pirate. You go to work and hop into bed type of shit. You clock out of work, you drive home, and you don't even care about yourself enough to hop into the shower for 5 minutes just to clean your body off. You just take all your clothes off, and nasty, sweaty, dookie ball sack goes into the bed with you. And you never clean your sheets on top of that. And the cycle continues. But you only clean up when a bitch comes over. That's the only time you really care. That's the only time you have to be clean. But the cycle continues because you have poor hygiene and physical health, because you don't respect yourself. You don't care about yourself. You have a poor diet, which leads to no stamina in bed. You eat a ton of red meat, which leads you to have heart problems, which can lead to you having erectile dysfunction. You still beat your meat all the time. All of these things contribute to the reasons why she stopped sleeping with you. Number 5, and this is a really big one. You have no sexual discipline. You get in where you fit in because you don't care what you smash, as long as it has a heartbeat, right? Always having wandering eyes in public. You have a thirsty attitude towards women. Your head's always on a swivel. You're always in a state of hunger. You're like a starving lion in the savannah, just hungry for that gazelle, i.e. the woman, because you are focused on women instead of what you should be doing with your life. You get into a monogamous relationship when you have no intentions of being loyal or faithful, and you're a habitual cheater. You have an insatiable appetite to have more women and sex, but you tell a woman that you're faithful, that you're loyal, that you want a long-term monogamous relationship because you're afraid of her sleeping with other men. You have no sexual discipline. Having no sexual discipline can also lead to a dangerous situation. Typically, men with no sexual discipline are the ones that end up hurting people and taking advantage of women and even children because you have no sexual boundaries. Where does it end? Where does it stop? When you are sexually immoral and have no discipline, the rabbit hole goes very deep. That is why oftentimes when you see men that have no sexual discipline, it never just ends with them fornicating with women. It always trickles down into sometimes children, sometimes animals, and then even sometimes they become serial killers, etc. The rabbit hole goes very deep with sexual immorality and no sexual discipline, gentlemen. So these are the top 5 reasons, in my opinion, why she stopped sleeping with you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. You could take some valuable information away and you learned something new. If you did, drop a like for the boy, help support the channel, and get this message out to more young guys out there. I love you all. Stay blessed, and understand that even though I was harsh in this video, there's a lot that you can learn, and it's good that you take this information and you don't look at it as I'm being hard on you, but you apply it to your life and you begin to examine the type of man that you are and the type of man that you want to become, because we are men and we are always looking to improve our lives and become better versions of ourselves, and that comes with sometimes hearing hard truths and things that we need to work on. I love you all. Stay blessed. Have a great rest of your day. Drop a like. I'm out.